Hey everyone, I'm Ksenia Ebenhak, currently an 11th grader here at Olympia High School, and I'm planning on studying either neuroscience or neurobiology in college. I just wrapped up Mr. Davis's AP Biology class and I crushed that exam, so I figured why not share everything that I learned throughout this year. In this video, I am breaking down everything you need to know about or to know how to succeed in AP Bio, the things that actually worked for me, the things that didn't, and some personal secrets that helped me along the way. First, let me tell you about some of my favorite parts of this class. One thing that really stood out was the cell communication project. A lot of people tend to see these projects as a chore, but choosing to make it interesting completely changes that. I chose to research Jakob-Creutzfeldt disease and how it relates to cell communication in prion diseases. This topic genuinely interests me because it connects to my future and my aspirations in neuroscience. So understanding the science behind neurological diseases felt a way more real way to remember these facts about AP Bio more than just reading them in a textbook or Googling them or any other way of finding information. So, what I would say here is that learning to apply these real world concepts to things that actually are relevant to your life and things that you're interested in really makes the class a lot more fun. Conversely, one of my biggest struggles in keeping up with AP Bio was the left side processing, or LSPs. Don't get me wrong, they're incredibly useful for learning how to break down the stimulus-based questions for AP Bio and connecting them to the topics that you learn with the notes alongside it, but they're a little bit intimidating sometimes. The key here is to do them early and consistently. Make sure that you don't leave it to the last minute and cram them in while Mr. Davis checks other students' LSPs. And to be honest, this was a whole class struggle, but if you do them early and consistently, you'll find that it's much easier to keep up with. Next are my 5 biggest tips for succeeding in this class. Number 1, master graphing FRQs. Seriously, this is a non-negotiable. There's a graphing FRQ on every AP exam for AP Bio every year. If you don't learn how to graph and which types of graphs are used to represent different types of data, you're missing out on a lot of easy points for the FRQ section. So take the in-class practice seriously and really learn how to graph. Especially if FRQs are not your thing, scoring all of these little points is really necessary, and it's crucial that you learn the strategy behind graphing FRQs. AP exams are a game, and you need to score points using your strategy sometimes, so this is really a great way to secure those points. Number 2, learn how to read stimuli for AP questions. This is also another FRQ game changer, and MCQ too. A lot of AP questions include confusing names or information you've never heard of. Don't panic. The AP exam doesn't expect you to know every gene or other biological molecules out there. The stimulus text and the graph usually contain all the information you need. Read it carefully and you'll find your answer. Make sure you don't get lost in all of the technical jargon and instead focus on the central idea presented in the data. Number 3, pay attention to Mr. Davis's reviews. Before a test day, Mr. Davis will usually go over everything tested on the unit exam. He gives you a roadmap of exactly what you need to know. Show up, take notes, and review them before exams. It's the perfect opportunity to assess what you need to look over before the exam day. Number 4, answer questions out loud in class. It sounds really obvious, but it makes such a difference. Very few actually do it, but be one of them and actively participate. When you answer a question aloud, you have to actually process and articulate what you've learned. It builds confidence and reinforces your memory way better than just thinking the answer in your head. Even if you make a mistake, you'll remember the moment and are way less likely to make that same mistake again. Number 5, use the inquiries to your benefit. The inquiries in this class aren't just busy work. They were probably my favorite activity in this class the entire year. They're designed to help you figure out how things in biology work in the real world using your own critical thinking. I use them to build on what I already knew and learned while doing them. They genuinely make the concept stick. Since you have to figure out how different concepts work together and how different molecules interact, you tend to remember them better on the exams. At least for me, in my experience, I saw that when I was taking an MCQ for the unit, I would remember doing some particular question in class or answering that part of the inquiry in class. So making sure that you actually remember what you're doing and you're actually thinking through it will really help you understand what's being taught in this class. For studying, the AP Daily videos were really useful to me. They break down the information in ways that are digestible and accessible. Since they strictly adhere to the College Board CED, they basically tell you everything you need to know for the exam. These resources, combined with Mr. Davis's class notes, covered everything I needed to succeed. If I could ever do AP Bio over again, here's what I would change. For starters, I would have been way more intentional with my AP Classroom assignment completion. Even though I performed well on tests, I wasn't very diligent with my AP assignments as I could have been. I also regrettably forgot to complete AP Classroom quizzes. My advice? Take every single assignment seriously, no matter how small it seems. Each one is a chance to identify weak spots and strengthen your understanding. They also seem like small points, but missing one will most likely lead you to missing another, and those small points quickly add up. My final advice is to have fun with this class. It may be a lot of work sometimes, but it's really fascinating. Mr. Davis makes it really engaging, and if you actually let yourself enjoy the material instead of dreading it, it gets a lot easier. Also, make sure to write down deadlines and read the board as you walk in. It keeps you organized and reduces stress. Thanks so much for watching, and good luck with AP Bio. You got this!